I really see a lot of communication, a lot of guys that know how to work with each other, and that we're growing with each other, that we can like complement each other to where we can be the best, defense on the field. I think we're going to do very well. A lot of confidence, a lot of young guys, and we just got to keep working, keep chopping every day.
The one thing you haven't had is like you haven't faced a quarterback yet who can really slow you down. Are you curious to see? And obviously you're going to give up yards against a guy like that. Just sort of the response to adversity in those moments.
So I mean, a big thing with us, keep chopping. And so next play, play to play, figure out what happened in the play, get back to neutral. That's a big thing for us, and just move on. We really know, we'll know. Like next week, we're playing against a good quarterback. So if something happens, something happens. It's football. They have good players as well, but we just got to keep, going and score more points on the board.
Are you sort of eager and curious to see how you guys match up a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, I went against them last year. I got to see them, in person. Good players. So it's going to be, a level of competition, but really we're focused on the win today. But we're mad about those 2 scores at the end of the game. But other than that, excited and ready to get after it.
The score doesn't really reflect it, but I mean, these 2 lesser offenses were able to kind of move the ball, still find some weak spots for you guys. Where do you kind of see the need for improvement, especially against an offense like Washington?
Really, you said we tackled well. I think we could tackle better than where we tackled. Just getting the guy down, we got to get pressure on the quarterback. A lot of quarterback runs from the past 2 weeks that we've seen, it's going to happen. Basically, the whole season played quarterback like that every week. So getting the guy down and just, executing what we have to do. Because as you can see, there's no explosives going down the field on us. We just got to keep everything in front of us and get that quarterback down, because that's where all the big runs came from.
That drive at the end of the half, the long run, the missed tackles, the fake punt, and the penalty. I guess, how did you size? What was the conversation in that as you got closer and closer?
It was really like, keep these guys out the end zone. If they're gonna throw everything they have at us. That trick play came as a fake punt. I mean, it happens. You just gotta keep playing out there, and just keep moving on, because at the end of the day, we want to win the games.
Did you get a sense for the pass rush? I know you're in the back doing another job, but you guys' pass rush was there all day. What were your thoughts on that? Did you see any of it, or did you hear talk about it on the sideline?
A little bit, I'm really excited about all the sacks that happened today, all the pressures and hurries and disruptions. But that's not our issue right now. Our issue is the quarterback runs. And as soon as we get that figured out, I feel like we can be very, very good. So
on scrambles or design keepers or both?
It was really probably scrambles. Keeping the guy contained was a big part of it. Not really so much the quarterback runs, because, a guy like that, we're going to be, ready for it. I don't know how many quarterback design runs there were or how many yards he had, but I feel like there was definitely more yards scrambling for the design runs.
What do you remember about that Washington game last year? Like, what stands out when you think of that setting, that game, how everything transpired?
Man, I was left there mad as I don't know what. They just had so much explosives, and that's what really killed us. And that, West Coast offense that will try to get the ball down the field, and that's my cup of tea. So, I'm gonna tell the guys all week and make sure we're all on the same page, because our big thing is, not giving explosives, Keep everything in front of us, bend but don't break as a defense.
The cleanup factor, that was something that you guys talked about all week, and Coach talked about. How do you feel you guys did with cleaning up the issues you had, and what else do you think you need to clean up before next week?
Keeping that quarterback contained. We really do, like you said, we really do a good job of eliminating those explosives, but we'll have an explosive of the quarterback getting loose and getting down the field. So once we get that figured out, and just make sure we're all on the same page, because sometimes you focus on one thing and you forget about another. Keep it like that. Sure. Thank you, guys.
Dylan, I'm curious. Coach Tucker came up here and told us that the 24-hour rule was out the window.
Yeah.
That's the first time we've ever heard him say that. So I'm just wondering, how did you guys in the locker room receive that, and why do you think he said that?
I completely understand. That loss last year, after 2 very good wins, I mean, it really like broke our hearts. Like,
Did you travel for that one? Sorry.
I did. Oh yeah, I was there, and you know, all the special teams, and I wasn't playing defense, but I was doing special teams, doing my thing there. But I was just so mad and just so like angry. Like, we can't let these guys do that to us next year. So we're gonna come into this game with a whole different level, a whole different mindset. Just step it up, attack every day, and practice this week, and like you said, the 24 hours is out the door. We can enjoy it until we leave here, basically.
How'd that resonate amongst your teammates, you think? I mean, did everybody kind of get it?
Yeah, you did understand. But everybody really understood, you know, and a lot of guys came back that were around that game, and they have a true understanding of, like, this game matters, and it's going to be big, it's going to be exciting, or preparing. Don't say exciting no more. But it's going to be a great game. I think the guys received it well. They understand.
Was that game with how you're talking? I mean, was that something you guys talked about in the off season this summer, like pointing to that game or being, you know, this reps for that game, or whatever, this leads for that, you know what I'm saying? Or?
Not necessarily. You know, we prepare for the whole season. At the off season, we're preparing for Central Michigan. That's it.